Hello gamers and welcome to today's YouTube video. We're going to be looking at my favorite 3 top TDs on tier 8. Yes, that took a while to say, but we have the Kari, we have the newly introduced XM actually, and then last but not least, we're also going to be taking a look at the Grom. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below. Thank you very much, guys. Now, the Grom is a tank that's also very recently added. With its close range capabilities, it makes for a great credit farmer, in my opinion, as even by yourself or in a platoon, you're able to roll over the enemy rather quickly. It's pretty hard to deal with multiple Groms fighting you, hitting you for 800 and punching out. Of course, the downside of the Grom is when it fights higher tiers, and of course this armor needs to be above, so it's very situational still on where and when it will perform. Alright, so here we're going to actually see what the Grom is capable of in the shortest time span possible. Because what you're about to witness is my highest income battle from Holiday Ops 2025 so far. And if I told you that the battle is like 4 minutes, you'd probably be confused to how that is possible. But this is Grom in the most optimal situation, and also why it makes it, in my opinion, such a good credit farmer, because I like tanks with high alpha in general to farm credits with. I think they're very good at it because you know, gotta shoot less for big damage, right? Makes sense. So we start off on Erlenberg assault by going 5 lines, pretty normal. We always peek towards the right in almost any tank to shoot somebody crossing in case they're driving through the open, which in this case, of course, they are driving through the open. We aim at the IS-3. We're going to slap him for 485. We're going to immediately drive forward as well, which is risky and brave. But, you know, being brave, there's nothing wrong with that. So the IS-3 misses. The Contra decides that he doesn't want to look at us. We go for the lower plate. It misses because it goes high. It's unfortunate. But we already have 485 damage to start it off with. And a little worried here about getting YOLO'd, but looks all good. The enemy 50 TP is going on an adventure. Gives us a kill and another 200 damage. Where he was going, nobody knows. Average Holiday Ops tourist, if you ask me. And now we get to counter. The best part about this position is countering that position. You'll get to watch some good RNG as well, as we tap the Contra and the Cupola for 728. And you may think like, okay, I mean, you know, that's fine. But guess what? We're going to do it again. Because why not, right? We're angling up a little bit as well, so he's more likely to bounce against us. So we got another nice shot against the Contra there. That's already 2k damage in about 1 minute and 45 seconds. And at this point you're like, surely 3 times does not happen, right? But of course 3 times would also happen. So 1, 2, 3, that's a Contra in the back. Now, how does this turn into the highest earning battle for me in this Holiday Ops? That's a good question. Because, you know, there's only about 2.5 minutes left on this battle. Which is interesting when you look at the scoreline, because yeah, it's up 4k, but it's only 3-0. So the fact that this is gonna end in 2 minutes is interesting, but I can tell you that it is true. I'm just waiting for my platoon mate here to kill the VIII TD because I don't want to take the shot. That's Unicum bait right there. That's how it works. But now, driving down the streets of Erlenberg, we end up in what the Grom likes more than anything else in the world. Super close range fights where people just seem to ignore you. And of course, RNG works a little bit in our favor as well, because you may see a few bounces come out that are, you know, potentially confusing you a little bit. But, you know, the IS-5 takes one to the face. That's 3.8. And, yeah, in this scenario, the Grom is an absolute machine. It just racks up the damage like there is absolutely no tomorrow. We tap the IS-5 once more, put him down. 4.4k damage. You see, that's what I was talking about, the double track shot there. And now we just continue on, right? And with the amount of DPM that the Grom has, close range, you know, it's just slapping one after the other. And there's not much they can do about it either. So another miraculous bounce, which of course helps out as well, giving us 5.2k damage. We're driving pretty close to the XM, alpha increase as well. Shoot him through the track, 790, that's 6k damage. And I know this is a very, very high display of skill. I mean, it's very difficult, as you can see. It's an extremely difficult game to play. We'll find another kill along the way. 6.3k damage. 4 kills already. And yeah, this game is coming to an end. So it was a very enjoyable Grom battle. And you may have noticed that we haven't really missed any shots. Except for that very first shot against the Contra. Outside of that, we've only fired regular ammo altogether. I know that's crazy to watch something like this on this channel. But it is the case. And we spot out the Pantera. We go back. We aim the shot. Sadly, somebody hits them before us. We get a little bit of assist. And we finish it off with a nice 7.2k damage. And a grand total of 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Now, you may wonder, what does that give you? What does that give you? Well, 14 shots, 14 hits, 13 pens gives you a grand total of 689,000 credits. Of which about 50k was spent on repairs, ammo, and consumables. Which gives us about 640,000 clean profit. I mean, in 4 minutes and 31 seconds, we pulled about the same amount of credits as you would get out of a frontline battle, or 2,300 credits per second. Not bad. Not bad. Let's wait on Wednesday, Ali. On Wednesday, we're doing the co-stream at the World of Tanks channel. So, yeah.
What is Capsalon?
Who's gonna explain it to him?
Wait, does that mean I can't be unhinged in chat on Wednesday?
Yes, it does mean.
Fuck.
The mods from the World of Tanks channel can temporarily time you out in my chat as well. If you get timed out in the shared chat, you get banned until the shared stream ends.
So if I have anything extremely unhinged to say, just DM it on Discord, gotcha.
Wait, he's platooning with Ikebu, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
we won't be doing talking, you know?
Or G will ban you in my chat as well if you say something unhinged. Right, OG?
Hey, who says I'm here?
On Wednesday?
What time?
In the afternoon.
Yeah, I had to leave. I have to leave at like 6.
It will be before 6.
I won't say anything
before
too
6 I'm here.
unhinged.
Before 6 I'm here. At 6 I need to leave.
Yeah, so do a Reign of Terror.
What?
Reign of Terror.
Yeah, but what's the Capsalon thingy? Why no one explained? It's basically I googled the picture and it's like a kebab bowl, no? Kinda.
Mm-hmm.
With like fries, some salad,
That actually sounds good.
kebab
That
meat.
sounds really good.
Yeah, why don't we have that? Melted cheese on top. Yeah, I like what's the I like kebab with goat cheese or whatever it's called.
I don't think I've ever had goat cheese.
Is it goat? No, it's sheep. Sheep milk, no? Sheep cheese?
Beautiful shot. Couldn't do it better myself. Damage is damage.
Oh, this is gonna be one of those games.
One of those games? And Ducky farming his ass off?
Yeah, you like it?
Everyone for 900 getting slapped? And I think the team is molding in the enemy team like, what the fuck is this broken shit? They're getting hit for 800 and shit.
Couldn't do it better myself.
What? Shoot, Donkey!
Buddy, chill, dude.
No, that already needs to shoot you. I need
Kill
to
Paolo
farm.
the Explorer. Exactly.
Outgamed, outskilled, and outplayed.
A lot? I mean,
The list
relative, dude.
Kari
Relative.
is also there.
Earlier, a bit went from like 200 to all the way to 1000 immediately. Because the guy said, fuck it, I'm not playing games, you know? You know, some people just go like, I'm not playing these games, dude. You wanna beat me, but...
It's track.
Really? Some people just whip out their dick and put it on the table. On a body with 350 for start, it's kinda crazy. It's so unique though. It's so rare. It's just a game, it's for charity. Don't even start, buddy.
Exactly. This is again starting like yesterday.
Oof. 6-shot gamer. Mighty track protection.
It's one of one style for NA? It is one of one for NA.
I hope we aren't tracked in the open.
Man, I love the part where it's for charity, OG. Because you're gonna say it's for
Yeah.
charity and they're like,
We didn't
What about
even
you?
know that.
Like 1 out of 5 or something? 1 out of 6? Less than 6 people have it for sure. Or less than 7.
I spot the Kari maybe. Best RT.
Now I can die happy.
Can you die happy now?
Yeah, the
The
already
XM
said.
shot.
I'm just slapping.
Already's over here.
Oh wait, another shot? Wait. Where was the Kari?
I don't know.
Over by
yeah.
the windmill. He's over by the
By the
windmill.
window,
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
I got
okay.
spotted again. I'm spotting him. There you go.
I need some more damage, OG.
I spotted both, so.
Wait for the
Holy.
XM.
He shot. He's reloaded now.
I'm aiming. Giga! Good.
Oh.
Man, Herb, it's like the biggest flex then. Hey, I have something you don't have. You know, a style for attack I don't even get half.
The Kari, there's not much to say about it. Armor-wise, it's not that great. It's probably worse than the tier 8, but the gun is what makes this 500 Alpha is something absolutely incredible that anybody may love and will love if you ever get your hands on this tank. Let's get in it. So, what do we have today is a Kari on Prokharovka, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Kari is phenomenal. Like this tank, compared to the tier 8 Tech Tree tank, is crazy good. Like the difference between the two is actually insane. And again, the tier 7 on the Japanese Tech Tree is OP as hell, so you know, at least you got something there. But this tank is actually amazing. It's such a nice tank. Especially because of like that 530 alpha, no 500 alpha, my bad. Good base pen, and of course the 298 pen, and pretty good HP pen as well with 90 millimeters. And Prokharovka is honestly not so bad for this tank either, if you think about it. The only big worry when you look at this MM, to be honest, is the fact that they have an even 90, and we have a Blesk and a T92. Now, a Blesk and a T92 against an even 90 is probably not that great of a scenario for us. But instead of camping 1-2, we want to play the middle here because I just think it's better than playing 1-2. You could also play H1 and get shots on towards the middle because there's no IRD. But it kind of depends. Mid is also fine because it gets a lot of angles. Either way. I mean, tanks are getting spotted on the hill, but I don't think currently there's any angles available. Our Blesk is on the road, that doesn't really spot anything. Don't really want to overpeak either. Now we're looking at the hill. Won't find a shot there either. Our 703 is making a very interesting play. It's not a good start in this battle whatsoever. I mean, he's driving through the open. He's dying. So pretty bad for us as a start. We also have a one-shot T92, a BZ that's on 698 HP somehow. So now we're also going to have a dead BZ. This is a cheeky little shot, but it's a good start. 459 into the squall. Always nice. I mean, he's a bit unlucky that we actually hit that. Kari is not really known for its long-range sniping, to be honest. But this is actually like a very, 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 very good tank. I'm always surprised to how good it is. It's one of the few tier 8s that is actually 4K-able as a premium tank altogether. I wanted 4K on this on NA, and I mean, the enemy team has this, I don't know what we would call it, a tourist, right? A tourist in C1. In a lava. Why is there a lava on the red line? Nobody knows. It's Christmas, so, you know, he's just having a jolly, good old time in his lava on that part of the map. I think that may have hit as well against the lava. So, you know, 3 minutes in, not too bad. It's still the biggest issue remains the fact that they have an even 90 and we have a Blesk. But the lava is a bit of a freebie. It's a free snack. Hit that one as well. Thank you, Can. So around 2k damage at this point in time, and another Alio. It's always Alio. Dies into the Blesk. Surprise, surprise. This means it's actually kind of a free game for the even 90. What is the Type 63 doing? No idea. But he takes 584 to the face. For that. Was an interesting peek. And we see the German heavy, the snack on 1-2 line. We want to shoot the VK actually, but you know, the Type 63 side turret was also very plannable. That was a big mistake there from us. We're taking that SU shot, to be honest, because we should have realized that we can pen the side turret with the Type 63. But looking at it, we already have 3k damage. And 3k on the tier 8 is amazing. And the even 90 on the enemy team somehow gets himself spotted. And of course we hit that, because why would we not hit that? CCRNG. But don't ask me how he got spotted. It must have been the projector from H1 or the super Pershing from G3. But normally he should be able to roll over our entire team. Now with the even 90 dead, this game is looking a lot more playable, to be honest. It's looking a lot more realistic to actually bring it home. But we have to be careful because the SU is watching over the middle. We don't have a light tank anymore. They don't have a light tank anymore. I think this is the point where I was thinking about going back towards H1 to overlook 1-2 line, but at the same time kind of waiting for my teammates to push out the 6th line, which they have done. We could maybe pick the VK on the right, but it's not really worth it. We could pick the Type 63 in the middle. That's also not worth it, all because there's an SU1 and a 30 at C1. If he hits us again, that's the rest of our HP gone. However, what we can do is get draw range on the XM at the back lines. We also spot out the VK on 1-2 line. Give the XM a nice shot. And the enemy still has quite a bit of HP here on Prokharovka for this battle. We are a bit greedy with the peak here. That's the side of a VK. We get lucky here as well. So yeah, I'm predicting the future that the SU hits us without actually penning. That's mainly because he's shooting AP. That gives us the opportunity to pick the VK again, though. We decide not to, and of course we hit a quick flick. You know, we hit those all day, every day on twitch.tv/Dakillzor. I just smelled where the lava was. It's just that good, to be honest. I'm just that good, right? Our projector decided to run it down 1-2 line as well and die, but that gives us normally a shot against the defender, 489. Very nice. So if we count in the blind, I think we have about 5k, because I think I blinded the lava, but I'm not sure. So it's already like an amazing game, to be honest. And it's also a lot of credit since I didn't fire a lot of premium shells, right? But now you're in the situation on this Prokharovka where you can't really do anything, and somehow your team that had pushed to A6 and managed to lose the A6 position. How this is possible? Don't ask me. I don't know the answer to that, how we lost A6, but it's pretty bad for us because that's the map control that we needed. We don't want to be greedy here, and I think we figured at this point that maybe they'll start pushing 1-2 line, right? Maybe they'll get greedy, maybe they'll push 1-2 line, because why not? Pushing 1-2 line is not very uncommon this late into the game, because I mean, let's be real, there's already 6 minutes past, so they still have an unspotted Indian, they have an SU-130. I mean, maybe they feel like it's their time to push. Of course, I think this is a trick most people know nowadays. Knock over the 3 with HE, so it knocks over inside, so you have a camo spot. And we're just kind of watching 1-2 now to see if something's going to happen. Can we find some shots of damage more? But yeah, you can see how good this tank actually is. It's honestly, again, that's not super easy to play, but at the same time, it's very accommodating because of the 500 alpha. You do 3-4 shots in this tank and you have 2k damage. You know, it's because of that, the difficulty level is not too high either. But in this scenario of the game, there's not much you can do anymore. You would need the SU to start taking a6, but he's not going to do that for a while, let me tell you. And they're actually not planning on pushing 1-2 either. You can shoot from this position. You can blind tanks at E6, like where the VK is. You can shoot that and you can hit that, especially when they're that tall. But however, you will lose the spot on the 2 line because of that. So it's kind of up to you if you want to do that or not. But it is definitely possible. I've hit many shots there, especially on the VK position because of your elevation that you have. And the very weird thing about this Prokharovka battle is that somehow the XM and the enemy team, it seems to kill everybody on the east. Like everybody on the 6-0 line seems to just die in some way. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me how nobody kills him from the middle. One way or another, he is not gonna die for the longest possible time, which is really keeping this game. Well, he dies now, but you know, it's keeping this game in like a. It was keeping the game in a little bit of a chokehold because that position crossfires everything. You can see that I'm mentally AFK at this point. Or talking to chat. I realize now that the VK is spotted, his side is pinnable. We don't get lucky there. Like I said, the Kari is not the greatest sniper in the world. And it will not be hitting those shots too often. However, we get another side shot on him. If this one misses, would be sad. It almost actually misses, to be honest. It was pretty close to missing. And now we'll see what we call one-shot protection. And one-shot protection is a very fun thing. You know, it's when a guy comes to a one-shot and you're like, there's no way he lives, and you bounce him on the first, even though you have side third. And believe it or not, we will not kill him on the second either, I think. I don't remember. Because the shell also decides to go to Narnia. So, you know. The third time's a charm, right? So at this point we're like, okay, let's aim for his cupola. And even that one, you know, dips a bit low. Doesn't want to hit either. So you feel like you're wasting a lot of credits at this point. And that's that beautiful. I swear to God, sometimes you would find that a guy on the lowest possible HP survives the longest. For some mysterious reason. Like whenever they're one shot, they just don't die. And somehow the guy at A6 died. And our SU is a tourist at A9. Why is he at A9? Don't know. But can he shoot from A9? I also don't know the answer to this question, to be honest. Like, I don't... What this guy in the SU was doing this whole battle on that part of the map, I cannot tell you. I think we go for another cupola shot here. No, lower plate shot also doesn't hit, because why would it? You know, one-shot protection kicking in, severely good. So he's getting a beautiful steel wall out of that. And this is, I think, a quite average Prokharovka when the light tanks die and the game slows down. There's usually a point at which, in this case, when there's 3 heavies left, that nobody of either team is really able to outspot each other. I will finally kill the VK though. Took long enough, but we do finally get the kill. I mean, even the one-shot protection couldn't help him for that long. So 5.3k damage. It's an amazing game already. Like, let's be real. 5k on tier rate is always very nice. We're still gonna make a load of credits, even though we don't have the referral bonus right now, which was very, very sad, but nonetheless. And I think at this point I'm considering, like, what do I do from here? They're obviously not gonna push 1-2. Time is starting to tick. I'm considering blind firing here. towards the VK, but opted not to do it in case the defender is close or the SU to spot us. And I feel like at this point in time, the mistake that we make, or the mistake that I make, is we stay in this position for a little bit too long, not sure what to do. And this is honestly the saddest part of the battle, because the fact that that misses is disgusting. To be honest, like, it's actually disgusting that that misses. And then we go for the second shot here. And you would think this is a pretty good shot as well, but let me tell you, it also misses or bounces, one of the two. So that defender on 1000 HP would have been dead. And that is going to cost us later on, let me tell you. We do get a disgusting shot on the cupola of the VK though. So that puts it at 5.8. And the SU at A9 says let them do a mistake. When it's 10-10 and they have a lineup that is never going to push. But yeah, this is where the mistake comes. I think we stayed here for a little bit too long, even though we got the shot against the VK cupola. And we're not really going to get much out of this because of it. Like, at this point in the battle, you need this super pushing. And you need this SU-130 who hasn't really lost any HP. Right? Like, the reason why this is so close is because the SU-130 at A9 has refused to do anything for the last 5 minutes. Like, he's opted to sit there on a position that doesn't shoot anything, waiting for them to do a mistake. And it's actually the reason why this game isn't over yet. If he was to simply take A6 and shoot this Indian Panzer from behind, because you can just take the dip for free, or shoot this VK, or really shoot anything, this game would be over already. But he doesn't. So we're looking for the Indian Panzer. Or maybe we'll see him, maybe we'll get him. We peek a little bit too far out of the bush, the VK spots us, that's my mistake again. But luckily enough for us, the Indian Panzer is still there. Aim for his cupola, hit his cupola, pick up the kill, 6.3. And now with 1 minute and 46 seconds left, you would hope that your super pushing or your SU-130 would do something, but no. The 274 gets spotted out in 1-2 line. We aim, we shoot, we hit him in the track. Again, Kari, not really good scenario for us. And the SU-130 is still yapping in the chat. Doesn't know where the SU is, so he can't move up. We peek here. We missed that one too. We take one from the SU. That's pretty sad for our HP in this battle. And finally, our full HP SU-130 has decided to join the battle. After, I think, 6 or 7 minutes of sitting at A9. In his SU-130, he has finally opted for, this is the moment where I'm going to make my move. I mean, you know, what can you say at that point, right? My man left it a little bit too late. And now you see the problem with not killing or not shooting that defender earlier is that he doesn't die now because we missed him twice in 1-2 line. And with 30 seconds left and an unspotted SU, we're trying to bait a shot where he misses, but he doesn't. He nails it. And it will be 7k damage. But this game was very easily a win that was shown by the inability of your triangle player to use his keyboard. It's an amazing Kari game though. But it could have been a win. And it probably should have been a win as well. But you know, once a triangle, always a triangle. I'm a triangle. Shh. Now, a little introduction to the XM. This was a tank that was recently added in the Holiday Ops boxes and became one of my favorite trade premiums rather quickly, in the TD department at least. Of course, the front is pretty weak, but still that this turret that turns 180 degrees, I think it is absolutely amazing for peeking corners. And with the 630 Alpha, it tends to hit rather hard as well. And if you want to know what the XM can do, I'm about to show you. Ah, you work for Ferrari? Charles, we're checking. Charles, we're checking. Box, stay out, box. I guess the man works for Ferrari. What's up, Wizard Viz? Good map. horrendous MM.
This is going to be a great raid. Great treasures await.
Like, horrendous. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would need to do something miraculous here. Like, I'm telling you, miraculous. That's how miracles start, baby. That's how miracles start. With a shot of damage.
Found a weak spot in their armor.
He almost ruined the shooting possibility altogether. I'm not shooting the one shot though.
They're trying to destroy our tracks. That armor is not so strong after all.
I'll take that. Guys, maybe we are a miracle worker.
Beware, for our ammo storage is damaged. We recovered our
Oh
track.
man, not a miracle worker.
The gods smile upon our feats. The shield is crumbling.
I mean, it's over. You look at the HP bar and you're like, oh, they still have half their HP. And then you look in detail and you're like, oh, wait, that's 9,000 only. You know? It's the realization that sets in.
The ground.
I don't think this is gonna turn into a miracle, guys.
Enemy armor is damaged.
I mean, very, very maybe this could be a miracle. I would have needed that guy to give himself up, though. And he didn't want to. Hello, Borisik. What at T17 on 600s? Got any full HP Yak Panther? He's gonna kill me.
Found a weak spot in their armor.
Or not. Interesting landing of the shots.
Our ancestors shall be proud.
Alright, maybe the miracles are on the menu, baby! In a tier 6 game as well. It's always the tier 6s, man. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's always at your 6s, dude. It's always at your 6s. We'll take it, baby. We'll take it. That took a while, but at the end of the day, pretty happy with that. 6k and an 18k HP game is always very, very nice. Unbelievable enough. I mean, don't get me wrong. We had a lot of good games. We had a lot of very good games. What we didn't have is this, though, like a peak. You know, where we quickly make 355,000 profits. Top of the board. Could have been even slightly more if we hit the 87, but whatever. And that gives us also an average of like 3.3 after 20 games. Pretty good. Now you may be wondering at the end of this video, where do they rank? Well, they rank exactly as they're showing up. Number 1, we have the Kari, the Japanese heavyweight of the TD premiums. Then number 2 is going to be the XM with its high alpha and rotating turret. It is absolutely a powerhouse. And last but not least, the Grom. This would be my third pick to make Reddit win. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys all on the very next one.